Although gold continues to be one of the best performing assets this year, some investors seem to be agnostic when it comes to the metal. We're seeing this with the pullback today and with the metal unable to stay above 1,300. What needs to happen for gold to rally and to gain the faith of investors? Joining us now is a known gold bull, Frank Holmes, CEO of U.S. Global Investors. Frank, good to have you back on the show.
It's good to be here. And for all those agnostics, they'll always be agnostic towards gold. And I think that gold just needs a little breathing room because it's had an incredible load to carry in the capital markets as being one of the best performing asset classes, which has also sparked a spectacular run in the gold stocks.
Well, it's a really critical week for gold here ahead of the Brexit vote. Will investors regain faith in gold here, Frank?
Yes, I think no matter what happens, it'll just create a breathing notion for gold. But I think what's really key is what PMIs are going to say. That is the Purchasing Manufacturers Index coming out of China, which is so important for the commodity demand, and Europe.
But with the Brexit vote looming, don't you think gold should be performing better here? The metal tends to perform well in times of uncertainty.
I think it's already done a great run. I think it's been a phenomenal move. So I think I'm pretty pleased about this run.
And what's your take on Brexit, Frank? What do you think the outcome will be?
Well, according to the bettors, people placing bets, not opinion polls, that it will stay part of the EU. But I think it will have a shakeup because the big issue here is taxation and regulation without representation. And that is going to be a change, I think, will be important if they stay a member of the EU.
All right. And aside from the Brexit news, what is really moving gold right now? Is it still just the U.S. dollar story here?
Well, I think it's U.S. dollar, but I think it's a global trade and global economic fatigue. That's where the fatigue is global economic activity. And so we're going to see gold do well because they're going to have negative real interest rates to try to spark global economic growth. The headwind that I see is India, the monsoon rains. Will there be enough from the farmers in their surplus? Because it's important when the rains are well, they do well, they buy more gold, and that's all part of that love trade.
Well, definitely something that we'll need to keep an eye on here, Frank. So what's your touchdown pass going to be this week?
It's going to be U.S. PMI coming out Wednesday. Reflections are on the capital markets slightly higher, but I think that will trigger interest rates.
Frank, thanks so much for joining us today on Kitco's Gold Report. And thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.